Hi, today I wish to share with you this position that I saw the other day on Facebook. The question is can white win this game with the move or not? If it's black's move, then it's a simple win for white. But it's white to move here, so can you win this position? So that's the first question, and you might like to just consider the position and pause or whatever you like to do. But if you want to find out how to solve this, I'd sort of encourage you to try to work it out first to be satisfied that you've done it. It's way better for you to achieve that than for me to just show you the moves, because then it helps with your confidence and everything at the chessboard, because at the end of the day, these positions are very, very possible to get. So moving on, if you would like to see how this is done, it's a bit of a trick. It's a bit of a trick because one needs to know about opposition and also triangulation, a technique in endgames that is very, very good to know and very important. It might be the difference between a draw and a win and a loss for you at the game of chess at the board. Now, I can appreciate that endgames can be looking a little bit boring because we want to have some excitement, but I will encourage you yet again to try and persevere with this one. To encourage you so that when it comes to these situations at the chessboard, you will not have to think about it too much, even though I do. You won't need to, but I do. That you can basically get a grasp of this concept. So moving on now, I am going to show you white's first move, because if it's black to move, then black can move here or here and it will transpose to where it's better for white. So first of all, we have King C7. We're wanting to look at this pawn here on B6. Now the best move is not King A5 but King A7 for black. Now we have triangulation, which another way of understanding that is to think in three moves, triangulation, or in triangles. So here we have a triangle here. So if we move the king to D6, we've moved away from the opposition. We had the opposition, but black had the opposition, which is an odd amount of spaces between the opposing kings. So now we've stepped off this diagonal. Now, I mean off this rank, we've gone to the 6th rank for white. Now, because black cannot play King B6, black has to find a move. So here we could play King B8, which is a good try, but King C6, King A7, King C7, and we reach the main line, which we reach shortly, which is now black is going to have to give up on protection of pawn B6 by King A5, not B5, not really, and King A5, King A7, and probably King A4, or King B4 and King C4. The pawn marches. King B6, here this pawn marches back to the start. So here we have, if it's black's move, then it transposes and it's better for white. So here we have King C7, King A7, and King D6. Now this time, if black goes King A6, new variation, we will go King C6, and if king a5, king b7, etc. So king a7, king c7, and king a6, king b8, king a5, and king a7 or b7. And if king here, king b6, king c4, this pawn marches, as not usually the case with rook, pawn, and king versus king. Usually this pawn will be stalemating black in this case. So we have king c7 and king a7. So black has the opposition. Now we sidestep. And so black now comes to b7, this variation. We have king d7, and if king b8, then we have king c6, king a7, king c7, king a6, king b8, king a5, king b7, a7, etc. So in this case, black plays king a6 is king c6, king a7, king c7, king a6, king b8, king a5, king b7 in this case, and king a4, king b6, c5 to c8. So here, the whole point of this is that upon king a7, white moves here so that they can opt for king c7 move or king d7 move to gain the opposition and win this pawn endgame. So look like an expert every time when you come up with this sort of chess position. If the greats say and recommend this, then, and I'm not talking about myself here, because I'm not a grandmaster or anything, I am saying that if the greats suggest to you to know this sort of situation, then I think we need to adhere to their wisdom in chess. Okay? Thank you very much. All the best with your chess. Bye for now.